Biscuits and Blurays podcast, where this film will not be an easy mission. Biscuits slow the expedition.
Oh my goodness.
And honestly, it was worth that 20 minutes we spent thinking of that rhyme. What a payoff.
Whoa. How amazing.
Host James and Jade, hello.
Hello.
This is our first one this year.
It is.
Not seen you for a year, guys.
I know, I've not seen you guys for a whole entire year.
I've seen you, we live together.
Oh.
Yeah. But we're not seeing anyone else.
No.
Hope everyone's had a good new year.
Mm-hmm.
And I picked this thinking it's going to be a good New Year movie.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I've done it okay.
It's one of these movies that comes on a lot around Christmas and around Easter because it's a film, I think, that gets families in front of the TV.
I think you'll find this is a Christmas movie anyway.
It's not a Christmas movie.
Okay.
Just because it has one scene set at December,
yeah,
it's not make it a Christmas movie.
Yes, it does.
No, it doesn't.
So why does everyone go, oh, the Harry Potter movies are Christmas movies?
I don't think they are.
Oh, okay. Well, people do.
People are wrong.
People are wrong. And some people are wrong. We're talking Jumanji.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think it's a good New Year's movie.
I think it's a good one because it's about learning a lesson.
It's about new games and turning over a new dice. Rolling the dice.
It's about, and that's everybody's New Year's resolution. Roll the dice.
Well, my resolution was to watch more films about board games. So
you're doing really well.
Doing really well. I mean, there's only this and Sathora left, and maybe
the other Jumanji films.
And maybe the Queen's Gambit, I guess.
Oh, that's banging! You're missing out on watching that.
Well, yeah, but what the Queen's Gambit is missing is just fucking loads of animals.
Oh, it's so good. It makes chess sexy.
Would you argue that this makes jungles sexy?
Jungles are sexy.
Jungles are sexy, aren't they? I mean, they are very dangerous, but they're very sexy. We were, of course, brought up on TV shows like Jungle Run. Vibe.
All the way through it, me and you kept going, oh, it looks like Jungle Run.
What was it you won in Jungle Run? Is it the Golden Monkey?
You had to get the Golden Monkey, didn't you, out of the cave?
Oh, and then you won like a BMX or something?
Yeah, so so there was all different kinds. I think there was like the bronze monkey, the silver one.
That's right,
the jeweled one. And then, you had to try and get out before the timer finished because if your friends got out and you didn't, they all got the prizes and you got fuck all.
Let me tell you for a fact, when I was a kid, I thought most of those kids that got trapped in the belly of the thing straight up died.
They did?
Yeah. I thought that about Crystal Maze, and I thought that about Jungle Run.
Wow. What a dark upbringing you have.
I know. Fort Boyard. Oh, don't even get me started.
I watched them all.
Okay. We're not talking about those, though. We're talking about Jumanji.
Jumanji.
Was it a family favourite for you growing up?
I remember me and my family checking this out from Blockbuster way back when. We used to have things like popcorn and sweets. Me and my family used to quite like having movie nights.
Okay.
So that was quite cute. So I've got quite a lot of really nice memories surrounding this. But I'll always remember feeling like it was a slow burn.
Really?
Yeah, and I think it always gets a little bit more lively for me and I'm more invested in the story once Sarah turns up.
That's Bonnie Hunt.
Fabulous. How about you?
I don't know. I don't ever remember renting it or anything. I just remember it being on TV a lot.
It did come on TV a lot.
I think we had it on VHS. I could be wrong.
Or did you tape it off of the TV?
I definitely remember taping it off the TV. Because I think there was like a Cadbury's advert. Is it weird that when you want, like, kids these days won't know this. VHSs, if you wanted to record a movie off the TV, you'd record the adverts as well. So if I watched that VHS repeatedly, the adverts would be ingrained in my memory.
Same.
So much so that if I watch a film now, and there's a bit that I remember, I can sort of see what advert it goes into.
You can remember the advert, yeah. Is there any adverts in particular that spring to mind?
Oh gosh, yeah. There's when we watched Drop Dead Fred recently, I think it was the bit after she goes, oh god, this has really got me excited. The bit where she's like, oh, what am I doing? And then there's a scene change, but that's where the advert would be. And it'd be the woman driving the car, and it was like, we dream the same dream, we want the same dream. Oh, that song. I can't remember what the advert was for, but when we watched Drop Dead Fred recently, I was like, yeah.
So I remember Twister being on TV once, and I remember two adverts in particular. I remember the We All Love Clover one.
All over the sun.
Yeah, it's the way that it's churned. So it was that one I remember.
Yeah.
And also there was one where I think it was a co-op advert.
Okay.
But it was like an old lady, but she She did it to the tune of Cool for Cats. You know, the...
It's called
Yeah. It was that one. I remember, I'll never forget it thinking, this is one of the weirdest fucking things I've ever seen. But it will always be in my head. Oh, what a time.
Do you remember the Nicole Papa adverts?
Remind me.
Nicole Papa?
Yeah.
Right, okay, good.
Yeah, I do.
We're kids in the 90s, guys. Just a quick... If you didn't know.
Yeah. And this movie just feels like such a 90s movie.
Well, it came out in the 90s.
Shut your mouth.
So that way...
Is it 95?
I want to say 95. Big year for me cinematically.
Why?
Because that... Yeah, 95 it came out. Same year as Toy Story.
Okay.
The VHS... The only VHS I ever wore out.
Aww.
But I don't ever remember being in the mood to watch Jumanji. I'd never go, I'm going to put Jumanji on. Jumanji's one, it's already started.
Yeah, it's already started, you sit and you take it.
Mm. Yeah, exactly. Imagine if your dad was watching this, he'd stand at the back of the sofa.
Doing what?
Just stand at the back. You know when dads do that? They stand and I'm not watching this, but they stand and watch it.
And they're
instead.
completely invested.
Yeah.
No, my dad used to just sit and watch it with us.
Oh, great, okay.
So my dad really likes movies as well.
Mm-hmm.
My mum's the worst person for films because she will talk all the way through it and she'll ask questions. Really dumb questions.
Like, how many... What sort of questions?
Just really dumb shit.
About the movie?
Yeah, and you're like, Mum, watch it.
Oh, God.
But again, I'm lucky that I've got great memories of watching it with the family. But I think that's what these movies were created for way back then. They felt like really big fantasy stories that were for families.
Let me tell you for a fact, I thought this film was massive. And watching it just now, I still think it's pretty big.
I remember thinking it was a massive film. I think especially when he gets to the stampede bit.
Yeah, and when the house splits in two.
Oh, it felt like such a marvel. I mean, imagine watching it at the cinema back then when it came out. It must have felt really new and different.
This is really riled me up. Somewhat fierce. When you go on IMDb and look up Jumanji, it's sitting at 39% as a Metascore. Mm-hmm. I think that is a travesty.
Okay. I think a lot of it, maybe boils down to the fact that some of the CGI has not aged well. And I'll argue that those monkeys have never looked good.
Oh, this is 1995, so Toy Story just come out. And I think that the monkeys do look a little bit Toy Story. You know how Sid's dog did? Yeah, I
get that.
It's not perfect. It's part of the charm. It's 1995. Mm-hmm. You know, it's got some powerful CGI in it, though, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Particularly, and animatronics, just FYI.
We love some animatronics here on the podcast, guys.
Let's take a moment to just pay our respects to the animatronics in Jumanji. Thank you very much. So, yeah, this is directed by Joe Johnston. Joe Johnston is a prodigy of George Lucas.
Okay.
He did a lot of special effects on Star Wars and stuff. And then at one point, he had a meeting with George Lucas. I know this because I was there.
Okay.
When I was a fly on the wall. And he said, George Lucas was like, well, you need to be a director. That's where you're calling. And he went on to direct Honey, I Shrunk the Kiddos. But
again, that was another film that felt like a great family movie. And again, another one that me and my family would have got from old Blockbuster.
And that one felt massive as well.
Yeah, it did.
I mean, he shrunk the kids, yeah, fine. But it felt like, A, the stakes were high, and B, get them stakes down.
Wasn't there a really cute ant in it?
Yes. It died. Do you remember?
Don't fucking upset me if I'm
going
to sleep. Don't you dare.
It did. It died.
We don't talk about that.
If we ever do that on the podcast, I've got a lot of things to say.
Okay.
First of all, an ant versus a scorpion, that's not a fair fight. And B, they are the same size?
Yeah, movies take some liberties, don't they?
Yeah, but that scorpion's terrifying. Mm-hmm. I remember watching it half asleep maybe about 3 weeks ago. And just going, I went my way through the Honey, I Shrunk the franchise. Mm-hmm. And yeah, that's a scary scorpion.
Did you have all the nightmares?
I think I genuinely am scared of scorpion.
Why?
Fucking horrible.
It's only the little ones you need to be worried about. The big ones aren't going to get you. And we live in the UK. It's not like we get scorpions.
We get scorpions over here.
Where?
Oh, there's fucking loads of them. Go to the zoo and that.
Go to the zoo and that. Reptile house.
Reptile house, exactly. Loads of them over here. We are way off topic, but let's talk more about this.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he directed Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. Did The Rocketeer. Never seen it.
No.
But apparently it's pretty damn good.
Okay.
So I heard. He also directed Captain America 1.
Okay.
Much later. How do you feel about that?
People don't really... I don't think people are that bothered about the first one. It was the second one. People liked Winter Soldier, didn't they?
Let me tell you for a fact, I really like that steampunk aesthetic of the first one.
Right then, Hail Hydra.
What? Get out of here. He directed Jurassic Park 3 as well.
The one that everybody remembers.
Oh, the one that everyone loves, yes, of course. I think this is a well-directed movie.
Oh yeah, it is, definitely.
And I wasn't aware of it being a slow burn until mid-slow burn, you said, this is a slow burn.
It's because it is.
Yeah. However, it really hits the ground running as soon as everyone's playing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think because it starts out pretty strong with the whole kind of 60s stuff.
Well, it goes further back. It goes back to the 1800s.
Oh yeah, but that's like the very opening scene.
Mm-hmm.
It's like that. You don't get that for very long.
Yeah.
So all the stuff with the initial game stuff, and then when Alan gets sucked into the game, which is creepy. It's very goosebumps when he gets sucked into the game. And then we get the transition shot from then to now.
Mm-hmm.
It's from then it starts to feel really slow. Even up until Alan's come out of the game again and he's been to see the factory. Again, for me, it starts really getting exciting. Mm-hmm. From the moment we get Sarah back in.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about the cast.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, do you like everyone here?
I've heard that Robin Williams had to have some back surgery after this.
From fucking carrying it.
From carrying the entire movie, guys.
Okay, well, let's talk about Mr. Williams. Great actor, big fan.
Yes.
Do you buy him as an action hero?
Yes, in these sorts of films.
Right, okay.
Because it gives off the family man vibe as well.
Are we talking Hook onwards, or are we talking this onwards?
This Hook is very similar. I think both characters have a Peter Pan quality to them, as which I mentioned to you as I was watching it.
Yeah. But are you saying that because he played Peter Pan?
No, I think the stories are like that. I think you can find quite a lot of similarities between Alan and Peter.
Okay, sure. We'll elaborate on that later.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's talk about what Robin Williams was doing around this sort of time. Obviously, I don't think he's doing his own stunts. I think that would be insane.
Yeah.
However, I fully buy that he is that character doing all this. Okay, so 1991, big year. I think he won the Oscar around that time, maybe 80s.
Yeah, when was Patch Adams? Was that around then?
Well, okay, 89 he won the Oscar for Poet Society. Mm-hmm. And then, so he's an Oscar winner in Jumanji. Vibe.
Love that.
Love that for him. Then it was Hook, Ferngully, then it was Aladdin, 92. Mm-hmm. Toys. Have you seen the movie Toys?
I haven't, no.
No, it's not great. Mrs. Doubtfire, 93.
Mm-hmm.
So not really any action yet. And then just straight into Jumanji.
But I think even though it's an action adventure film, but it's I don't know. I don't see him as an action hero in this because it's as much a drama piece as it is an action one.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And that's where you need somebody like Robin who can really bring his acting chops.
And he is acting in this. Mm-hmm. He's not Robin Williams in this.
No,
I completely buy him in it. He's more or less the straight man in this.
Yeah, the only thing for me, I think that where he's a bit like, is when he first comes in after coming from the jungle.
Yeah.
Some of that I think he's overacted a little bit.
It's Robin
for
Williams.
Me personally.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah. Bonnie Hunt, big fan?
I love her. She's amazing.
Have you seen many other Bonnie Hunt
She's
movies?
amazing in this.
Okay. Jerry Maguire?
Not seen Jerry Maguire. No. Do you know what, right? Me and my family had a thing about Jerry Maguire. So whenever we used to go to car booths growing up, just because we used to stand at them, it's like selling all our shit. Whenever you went around and there were people selling VHSs or DVDs, there was always a fucking copy of Jerry Maguire. So you used to tally off who could see as many copies.
Okay.
Like who could clock them first.
You have a Maguire off.
So everybody, for some reason, why does everybody own that movie?
I think it was big around that time.
I've never seen it, but I feel like everybody had it.
Show me the money! I think she's good in this. And I buy those two together.
Yeah. I don't buy Alan as a child with the actress is opposite. I don't feel like they've got any sort of chemistry.
Oh, I disagree.
I don't think that they have. She looks like she's his babysitter.
Uh-huh. Okay. Yeah. She looks a lot older.
It's like she won't be hanging around with you, Alan. Sorry, but she wouldn't.
But I can see how those characters evolve into these characters. Obviously, one pucks off to the jungle. Mm-hmm. But in terms of looks, I think the casting's pretty good.
It's like, I don't want to grow up and go to this all-boys school where I've got to grow up instead and be on my own away from home. Great jungle.
I don't think he had a choice.
Bush took a trials there, sir.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And where'd he get all those clothes from?
Running around the streets with his little loincloth on, with
Dirty.
no pants.
We've seen a lot of Robin Williams in this movie.
Yeah,
Long legs.
He does.
I imagine he's quite a short guy as well. Yeah. This also has a young Kristen Dunst.
Yeah.
How'd you feel about that?
I love Kristen Dunst.
Yeah?
I think she's perfect.
Okay.
Always.
Always has been.
I love her.
Interview with the... This is post Interview with the Vampire.
I don't like that film,
Okay.
but she's good in it.
She's a child in that.
I know, but she still absolutely sells it.
Because she's gone on to bigger, better things. She got nominated for an Oscar recently.
I'm surprised she's never won one.
I'm not.
Why?
This is probably on me, and it says a lot about me. But Kirsten Dunst is always bring it on Mary Jane.
I know what you mean, but then I think of things like Marie Antoinette, Civil War. She's done other things as well.
Yes. Melancholia. You like that movie?
She falls a bit into the kind of Amy Adams territory for me.
Okay.
That's another actress I think that deserves more recognition than she gets.
Oh, actually, I forgot she was in Fargo. Fargo's fantastic.
Yeah.
So, fuck me, Black Mirror as well.
Yeah, she's in the Virgin Suicides. She's great.
Power of the Dog.
She's done, even though she did those kind of teen movies growing up. She also did some, she did the darker teen movies, again, like Teen Suicide and stuff like that. So,
yeah.
I say Virgin Suicides.
Yes. This is an actor I don't know that much of, but it's David Alan Grier.
Okay.
And he plays Carl in this. If Robin Williams is doing the straight man routine in this, the comic relief is David Alan Grier.
Oh, he's great. I love his reactions.
I love Carl, the policeman in this. Mm-hmm. I do feel sorry for him a little.
Yeah, because he's just trying to sort his shit out. He's trying to protect and serve.
Mm-hmm.
These animals making it fucking hard.
Ah, they've cursed animals.
Who plays the little boy?
Judy! Oh, okay. He played Chip in Beauty and the Beast.
Ah.
The original, not the shit Emma Watson one. He kind of fell off a little bit after child acting.
It looks like he's been in a lot, though.
He's been in a lot, but as a kid, he was in Little Mermaid. This is a TV show. He was in Chaplin. That's pretty big.
But nothing that's really put him on the same level as some of the other actors.
No. I find that's more or less the case a lot, though, where if there's two young actors, then one of them gets thrust into stardom and the other one kind of falls off a little bit. Mm-hmm. He's still working. I mean, he's still in bits and pieces. He does a lot of voice work now.
Okay.
But he was the main kid in The Borrowers.
Right. I don't remember ever being that bothered about The Borrowers.
The John Goodman movie.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really remember much of that movie. I think that's him.
Yeah.
A movie hit. There he is.
I mean, to be honest, I find him annoying in this, but I think that's his character. I don't think that's him as an actor.
Yeah. Well, these characters, these kids.
And they both are. Kirsten Dunst's character is also irritating in this.
Whose eyes are we supposed to be viewing this through? Usually when there's a film like this and you're supposed to be like, oh, okay, I can see myself as that. Are we supposed to be the kids in this?
I did growing up. I wanted to be Kirsten Dunst's friend.
Okay. I mean, not much has changed for you.
Still do.
Right.
But being older now, I can see myself in both characters. So, both sets of characters.
Right.
How about
the
you?
adults? I've always liked Robin Williams.
Of course you have.
But I like the guy. Yeah. I think it's fun.
It is fun. He's always a joy to watch.
Let me talk about... we need to talk about another actor in this as well. And it saddens me that I was maybe 18 when I figured this out. This is the actor, Jonathan Hyde. Uh-huh. Big name in the 90s. Obviously, he plays Van Pelt here. Mm-hmm. But he also plays the dad.
He does, again, very Peter Pan-esque,
you could say. Bloody Peter Pan.
Well, traditionally in the movies and the plays, they tend to get the same actor doing it.
I think in, most pantones stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's also an analogy for how he sees his parents.
Yeah,
and growing up and that sort of thing. And that's not really much different for Alan as well, because he doesn't want to grow up initially. So I suppose that does make sense that the hunter is his dad.
There is a big, and I never noticed this before, but there's a big theme of fatherhood in this. Mm-hmm. And I don't know what it is about the movies from the 90s, but they were big on that.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, I think a lot at the time now when I look at movies, the parents, there's always someone dead.
Oh, the parents are very much alive in this.
Yeah, it's nice to have a family that are alive.
But yeah, because...
But no, but we're being honest, how many films did we watch last year where we couldn't get a Father of the Year person because there was just no dad characters around that were any good?
Now it's the kids disappearing.
Whereas in the 90s, there were a lot of different good father figures.
Yeah. But I don't think he's a likeable father, though. You're supposed to believe he's not, anyway.
I thought that growing up, but then watching it now, I actually thought, I don't really see what the dad did too wrong.
No, I don't think he did anything wrong.
If your child turns up at your work saying, I want to live back home, but you aren't ready to get home yet.
Because he's being bullied.
And you think it's one person, you'd be like, well, fucking get up, stand up with him. I can't fight your battles for you all the time. Get sorted yourself out. My parents would be the same.
Yeah. They're thinking of taking him, Alan, away to a boarding school, right? Mm-hmm. And he doesn't want that. But he doesn't want to be bullied either.
No, but the thing is, from the sound of it, is that he was always set up to go to this boarding school because it's what they do as a family. Mm. Or they've got a parish hall there, so everyone's been there. It's not for these rich families. Yeah. I mean, they get it in the UK as well. It's not unusual for them to want to go to certain colleges, and I don't see how that was much different. But they thought he was going to be thrilled by that. Yeah, but he weren't, and I think Alan kicked off a little bit more than he needed to.
Skipping ahead to the end, I really like that last scene where they're talking to each other.
Yeah,
until it gets a bit cliche. Mm-hmm. And we can talk man to man. And then he's like, how about father to son? I was like, oh, you crossed the line.
Yeah, but it's cute.
It's cute, yeah, that's fine. Jonathan Hyde, FYI, Australian. Mm-hmm. Did you know that?
He's fabulous. I always think of him from being in The Mummy.
He is in The Mummy!
You know, when he's holding the Book of the Dead and he's going, what have we done? And he's got all of his locusts covered him.
He was in The Crown recently. Did you recognise him in there?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, great. But if you don't know who he is, let's just talk about a little movie. I don't know if anyone's heard of it. It's called Titanic.
Right, James quotes this movie to me quite a bit.
And specifically his scene as well.
Yes.
And it's because he plays the guy who built the ship. And yeah, right?
Or was he the finance because I thought it was Mr. Andrews. He designed the ship. He designed the ship, yeah.
But the ship can't sink. That's Jonathan Hyde. And then what's his name? The other guy, Mr. Andrews, goes... She's made of iron, sir. I assure you she can. And she will. It was like, oh! I didn't see any Titanic trailers, but that would have been in there, right?
Oh my god. James wants to do the Titanic now, guys. Just so you know, you will get all of his voices.
I could talk... I really love Titanic. I think it's a marvellous movie. I could talk... I think we could do a commentary on that.
Yeah, I think we could as well.
And it'd just be me just saying it line for line.
Oh.
Hope you enjoy your time together!
Sorry, guys.
Anyway, we're not talking about that. We're talking about Jumanji. Jungles. Bad. Quick side note. Did you watch the cartoon?
No.
Okay. I remember the cartoon a lot more than I think I remember I would. Mm-hmm. Does that make sense? So, watching it, I was like, oh, I think I can piece together what I think those characters look like in the cartoon form.
What channel was it on?
I think it was on CBeebies at some point.
Okay.
It was on ITV, I'm pretty sure. I think it was probably on before Jungle Run. I think it was a Jungle double bill.
Too much Jungle, guys.
We were blessed when we were kids. Anyway, but this is what they look like. And essentially, it's not them in the everyday world fighting stampedes and stuff. Everyone's in the jungle.
Okay.
That's what it looks like. For those listening, I'm showing Jade a picture of...
Why do they look like the wild thornberries?
I think it's the same studio.
Okay. I know for a fact I've never seen that before.
Have you not?
No. But then again, I never used to watch the Wild Thornberries either.
Oh, you're missing out. Tim Curry's in that.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. It was a Nickelodeon show, that.
What?
The Wild Thornberries.
No. That was on... I remember watching that on ITV as well.
Okay.
ITV used to have some good stuff.
What is it? Grim Tales for Gruesome Kids.
Grizzly Tales for Gruesome Kids, yeah.
Oh, what a time, guys.
Anyway, so that's the Jumanji cartoon. Google it real quick. Good times. So Jumanji is a board game where it wants to kill you. Everything
in the game feels like it's trying to keep you away from stopping it.
So what's the game getting out of it?
I don't know, maybe it's cursed. We never get a backstory for the game or where it comes from. Maybe we get that little opening scene of two little boys.
And it's what? It's 1876?
Yeah, so it clearly gets buried for 100 years and then turns up again.
Right, okay. So, okay. But it's always after children.
Well, children are the ones that play it, aren't they, I'm guessing, because it's being a board game.
Yeah. Anytime we walk past a toy shop that has the Jumanji board game, you're always drawn to it.
I don't hear the drums though, guys.
Well, you shouldn't ever play it. You know, like how Ouija boards did, like, really tanked after The Exorcist? I think the same should be said about Jumanji. I think anyone who plays Jumanji gets what they deserve.
I want to play Jumanji.
Then jungle time for you, Missy.
What do you mean jungle time for me?
I don't know what that means. I might get that on a t-shirt.
Oh, come on, can we get it and play it, please?
No!
Why?
I can give you so many examples as to why.
But it's not a real game.
That's what you think. They didn't think it was a real game. And then they're like, oh, okay, great, mosquitoes.
I'm getting you Jumanji at some point.
I don't want it. I will bury it in sand.
No, you won't.
I will, and it's going to end up in a different country somehow. That happens at the end of this movie.
Okay then, sweetie.
Right, okay, good. I did always want to play it though.
That's it. I'm getting that for us.
And I don't think it's because good time board game. I think it's purely because of that little dome in the middle.
Yeah, it'll be like Valentine's Day, James. Let's play a game.
I don't want to play it.
Slaps out Jumanji.
I don't want to play it. Straight up.
Well, why don't we get a Ouija board instead? Let's make it.
Make
it a triple threat.
That's a terrible idea. I don't want any board games. I clearly don't have a good time with them because the movies don't want me to.
Just do it. We'll do a triple threat. We'll do all three.
Well, then you get whack out Zathura as well. Just have go back to space or something.
I don't know if you can get hold of this Zathura. And clearly, I cannot speak.
Do you remember Frustration with the dice in the dome?
Yeah.
There's something about this Jumanji game. I just want to slap that dome in the middle.
Slap that dome.
Just slap that dome. Okay, so
like everyone, James is trapped in the games because he slapped the dome.
Is there any point of us talking through this? Because people
know this story.
People know this movie. Okay, but I have questions.
I was going to say, what is everybody's most scariest part of this movie with the things that come out of the game? So
Well,
I know a lot of people used to think the spider scene.
But I think that's because people are scared of spiders.
Yeah.
However, they're animatronic.
Hey.
However, they don't walk like spiders.
No, they don't. They
just sort of bounce along.
They're cute.
They're cute, I guess.
And also, guys, spiders aren't that big.
I mean,
well, they are.
Spiders are massive sometimes.
That one kind of spider in Australia is that big.
Technically, the game starts with bats.
Mm-hmm.
Then he's sucked into the game, so game over for a bit. Then it's mosquitoes.
Yeah.
Lion.
Oh, then go back like a partridge in a pear tree.
Go on. What? What?
Bats from the fireplace.
Oh, so you think this is the 12 days of Jumanji?
On the second day of Jumanji, the board game came to me.
Monkeys in the kitchen. That's the lion. Then how does Alan get out, though?
Because he rolls a
5 or 8.
Yeah, and that's the one that lets him out.
Yeah, but also the lion. That must have been really awkward for both of those two people. Just be, I'm like transitioning into the real world to be like, oh shit.
Oh, nice this is, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I've been trapped in a lift together. Oh, well.
Yeah, Lion and fucking Robin Williams. Then it's plants. Then it's
the
stampede.
No, it's not. It's the hunter.
Then it's the hunter. Then it's the
stampede.
stampede. Then it is the.
We had quite a big gap between the next bits.
So then it's the monsoon. Then it's the quicksand, spiders, earthquake.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Good times. Good times, everyone. This is a terrible jungle. You said that these animals wouldn't behave like this.
Mm-hmm.
You pointed at the mosquitoes and said, mosquitoes are not that big.
Mm-hmm.
I'm under the impression that this is a heightened version of normal jungle life.
Maybe. And as soon as you said that, I just went, jungle life, we'd be deep the ocean.
Yeah.
Like Tarzan boy.
Yeah, good times. I love that song so much.
I know you do, but like, for example, with that mosquito scene, I had an incident when I was in my late teens where I was in Turkey. So not in the jungle.
Okay.
But all these mosquitoes were trying to attack my arm.
Okay.
And I remember they were all after a hormone that I had in my arm. And I slapped a massive plaster over it. Bearing in mind this film showed them trying to get through glass. Mm. They couldn't get round the fucking plaster. Fabric created a problem for those ones.
I went to Poland once and I did a show in like the middle of the woods. And everyone else performing got bitten by mosquitoes. And I was the only one who was fine. The only one. Mm-hmm. And I don't understand. And I felt
you look like one.
Okay. Well, first of all, no.
You emanate a weird buzzing sound.
What, you think I just edit that out of the podcast, do I? Sorry, I'm just buzzing the whole time.
Buzz, buzz, buzz. Yeah, that's all anyone hears.
Maybe. Anyway, fucking hell. For me, the scariest one out of all this, not the spiders, not the mosquitoes, not even a lion. I could take a lion.
It's a fucking quicksand, isn't it?
No. Although I do think that is a problem. It's the plants.
Oh yeah, when you get Audrey 2 just rock up out of nowhere.
Oh, this was way before I seen Little Shop of Horrors. I was unaware that they could sing.
Do you mean, do you want to rephrase that? Way before you saw Little Shop of Horrors?
Well, you know what?
Way before I seen it.
I've seen it, yeah. I've seen Little Shop of Horrors.
Why are you turning into Bill Sykes?
No, don't worry about it. So, but yeah, I was more scared of these plants than Audrey. At least Audrey charms you a little bit. Gives you a little sing-song and dance.
He charms you before he eats you.
Yeah.
This one's just gonna
I'm gonna wrap my vines around you and pull you in my mouth.
suck you in.
Oh. Yeah, I just thought, I don't know, it's really creepy. And then that one just pops up out of the ground and kills Kirsten Dunst. She dies in this.
Yeah, doesn't it just like poison darter for no reason?
Yeah, those are the ones to be scared of. They said it, they shoot poison barbs.
Oh, I see. Why does she have to be dead?
Because it's poison barbs.
Yeah, but poison doesn't mean you'll die.
But it can't be good for you, though.
Oh, I doubt
And she takes it to the neck.
I doubt she feels pretty good after that, but it doesn't mean she's dead.
I assumed the worst.
Okay.
Kirsten Dunst pronounced dead at the scene. Barbs in neck. Probably.
I will remember you.
Yeah. How'd you roll? I just imagine loads of like dead people around a Jumanji board, like just please Weekend at Bernie's, just like roll the dice.
Roll it, please.
We're all playing a game. So, what's the scariest bit for you?
A young Jade would have gone, oh my god, it must be them spiders. But I never liked the quicksand.
Because you're scared of quicksand.
I thought it was creepy. It's like, oh my god, I can't go anywhere. But then it got silly when his legs were coming out of the wall.
It gives Robin Williams a chance to do his little, oh, thank you. Oh.
Yeah, put it in my mouth.
What?
The dice.
That is we watched a very different movie there.
He says that to
put the dice in your mouth!
Put it in your mouth.
Yeah.
But surely it must be the hunter going after people. That's really creepy that you can't get any sort of rest because he's coming for you. Because he's not sleeping, he's not eating, he's just coming for you.
He has a powerful gun as well.
He does, especially because he's able to just trade the fucker in.
Yeah, he's just walking around. I like his upgrade though. That feels very Terminator, that.
It does, and no one batters an eyelid. Is just like, I have this gun.
I have this massive fucking gun. And he knows how to work it. But he can't drive a car. Just get in the car and go.
No. He's old fashioned. He just stalks his prey, and that is Mr. Allen.
Well, he sniffs Alan out. Because at this point, Alan's not had a wash.
Well, no, he has. He had his shower to have his hair cut, didn't he?
And I think that's a good detail. I think that's a really good... Oh, he's never been taught to shave. If someone else was writing the script, maybe like the Madam Web writers.
Oh, yeah, but if it was the Madam Web writers, then the mum would be in there.
Yeah.
And she was in the Amazon watching spiders.
Oh, what a movie. Anyway. Animatronics, they look good. Do you think they look great?
No.
Okay. How so?
I think you can tell the difference, but I think it's because it's the CGI that makes it problematic, because I think it's just so jarring between the animatronic being used, especially the lion, between that and the CGI.
There's okay, so this is 2 years after Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
Whereas Jurassic Park used those as the animatronics as reference and could merge the two. Mm-hmm. You think this doesn't do that? Not
as well.
No.
But again, watching it as a child, the monkeys have never looked good, but I always enjoyed it, and I enjoyed it for what it was.
Would you have preferred the monkeys to have been Wizard of Oz type monkeys?
Yeah.
You would?
Oh, they're banging, aren't they?
There's a Wizard of Oz reference in this.
I know, when they're all watching the video shop and then they go and loot it.
Yeah. The Stampede. Mm-hmm. The 90s were big for Stampedes.
Well, oh yeah, for two.
Yeah. How many Stampedes were there up to that point, cinematically?
I don't know, I've never checked.
Exactly. 90s, can't move for Stampedes.
Everywhere.
Too many. This and The Lion King, which is your favourite Stampede? Rank your Stampedes.
This one.
Really?
Well, but then Mufasa doesn't have to die.
Okay.
Long live the king.
Long live Mufasa.
But I like the rhino that's trying to follow them that's last.
I know. I imagine he's the one who just like, oh, the fucking Stampede again.
He's keeping up. Like, he's following them, but he is the slowest.
Yeah. And I thought, when I was a kid, I was like, maybe I could survive a Stampede. That's my toxic trait, I think.
Well, when the Stampede first comes out, they are going fast. But then when you get to like the elephants... Later on when they're going down the street. And they follow the road, you said. So they're following road safety, which I quite like.
Because the ant stops at a red light and the Stampede passes by.
Mm-hmm.
So they're aware of the cross-country code.
They are indeed, and we like that.
Very, very good for them.
Very mindful.
Yeah, very good.
Very demure.
What Well, they're elephants. Once they read the cross-country code, then they'll never forget it.
But I do feel like they seem to slow down a little bit as they go round the corners. They're not yeeting round the corners like the rhinos did.
I don't know much about wildlife, so I don't know if, in my head, I know how a stampede ever ends. I would just assume it just keeps going until the animals find water or die.
Yeah, I don't know. I've never seen it on a nature program, but it doesn't mean it doesn't happen.
Yeah, because I've seen stampedes on nature programs, and I think that's quite fantastic. However, what happens then? I imagine it's like when you start a conga at a party.
Oh yeah, like who stops? Someone puts Music Man on and they stop.
Yeah. Well, yeah, maybe that's it. Maybe that's the key.
I think it just dies out because obviously they're going to get tired, aren't they?
Yeah.
And some are going to peter off to one side.
Yeah.
It's because they're running on adrenaline, isn't it? I'm guessing it's panic.
Yeah,
the
absolutely.
stampede. Yeah. So you can't live off that forever because adrenaline knackers you out.
I imagine everyone just has a big old nap.
Yeah, they'll have a big sleep at the watering hole.
So they have something to drink. They go to sleep and everyone's like, oh, fuck it, let's go stampede again. Someone rolled a 6. Yeah. I really like that shot of that stampede coming out of that bookcase.
Oh yeah, it's great, isn't it?
I think this film's got some really interesting shots. Mm-hmm. And if I think Jumanji, I think only of those shots.
Yeah, I think the build-up of them as well, when you see everything moving, is really creepy.
Yeah. Oh, what's the thing? It's like something about thunder. Isn't thunder you can hear.
To stay is a blunder or something.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, just fucking run or something. Just say that. I think it would have been scary if it just said run. If it had just said rhymes all the way up until this point and then just goes run.
Oh, yeah, that's creepy.
Yeah. Maybe a bit too creepy.
I like that.
Well, we should talk about the I think this builds and builds and builds.
Uh-huh.
In terms of, okay, if I was to rank all the things that could happen, bad things that could happen in the jungle, that is the order I would put them.
But I think I've seen the board game cards because I was on Jumanji Wiki for no reason. And some of them were quite...
Before we watched
Some of them were quite creepy. Like, they've got, like, a card for plague and all sorts. Is that what's going to happen if they all get COVID?
So, okay. I imagine the plague.
One of them's called the disintegration card.
Oh, my God! What does that one mean?
Yeah, I've got them all here.
Okay.
So, it's disintegration. Don't stop the game, you realise, or one of you may vaporise.
Oh, my God! That's horrific.
Disease. There's a plague in the air. Try not to breathe. The fog is so thick and it's 1,000 degrees.
Okay.
So it could have been worse.
It could have been worse. I mean,
it looks like there's loads like leeches. Oh, pelicans. Right.
Oh, good times.
Piranhas.
Do you think it would have been? I think there's an R-rated cut of this somewhere where they're fighting piranhas and demon pelicans.
Maybe snakes. We don't see any snakes.
Never
in
seen
this,
any snakes
really.
in this. Yeah.
Quicksands in it. Thunderstorms, tornado.
Bam.
Vampelts. Yeah, he said.
Vampelts just always there.
Yes, it looks like it's quite a cool game actually. We should get it.
That's not happening.
We'll get it.
I value my time in house.
But how would you play that if you suddenly got vaporised? Like, don't stop the game because one of you's going to vaporise. Oh, fucking hell.
Mm-hmm. I have a problem with this film, and I think it's a big old plot hole.
Okay.
I spoke to you a little bit about it, but we're gonna fill 5 minutes.
Okay.
Alan and Sarah, they play Jumanji, stop playing Jumanji, and they age. Mm-hmm. Then Kirsten Dunst and the monkey boy, they rock up. Fucking Robbie Williams rocks up. Mm-hmm. And then they finish the game, and it goes back to the start of the game. So do Alan and Sarah have all that knowledge that they...
Well, it's assumed that they do because they remember Judy and Peter.
Yeah.
Because they get them there, don't they, for the end of the film?
So essentially, they are the souls of a 40-year-old Robin Williams and Bonnie Hunt back in these children again. Yeah. And one of them has been in the fucking jungle.
Yes.
So do you think those bullies are going to be a problem from now on? And also, then it's weird that it skips to Christmas, and Robin Williams and Bonnie Hunt go, we should wait for those kids to arrive.
Yeah, I think it's just affecting the people that were in the game. I think otherwise it just goes back in time.
Yeah.
To that point where they join the game. I think maybe it's by starting the game, it's set off a different timeline, maybe. Mm-hmm. But I prefer not to think about it because you end up you get like a time warp loop thing that very Marvel-esque. I don't want to get in there.
Well, I can't help but think about it though, because then like the kids' parents in the Jumanji timeline are dead, but they're not anymore. So Robin Williams and Bonnie Hunt have gone, oh, okay, we need to make friends with those guys and wait for their kids to be here so we can be friends with them.
Mm-hmm.
For what? For what?
I think they're going to stop them from having that accident, aren't they?
Oh, okay, to stop them from having Jumanji.
But then does it work like a Final Destination?
It finds you.
Oh, you cheating Death's design there.
It doesn't. It's in a different country. It's established. Unsure about which country it lands in, but it's a different country because the end of the film shows it.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk sequels.
Yes.
Do you like the sequels?
It's okay. I've only seen the first one.
Okay. Are you happy it went that way with it?
I think it had to. I think it had to do something a bit different.
Okay.
And I like the fact that it went, you know what, we're taking the idea of Jumanji with it being a game.
Yeah.
But we're completely going to do our own thing. And we're going to do it completely different with all different characters. I liked that.
Brought it a bit up to date, yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't like a straight remake or a reboot as such.
Mm-hmm.
You know, where it's just a rehash of the same story.
Yeah.
Which I liked.
Okay.
It moved with the times. And I feel like they stand on their own.
Sure.
What about you?
I agree. I do like the callback to Jumanji in the Jungle one.
Oh, yeah.
Where it says Alan was here or something.
Yeah.
So Alan had gone to that jungle. But that jungle never feels like the jungle that Alan went to.
Yeah, it feels completely different. It doesn't feel as... The sense of danger isn't there as much.
Yeah. Like I said, I think that jungle is a heightened jungle where like vampires out to get you and whatever. But that one just feels like a video game.
We've had so many movies since where we've seen jungle landscapes. We've seen characters do the same sort of thing. I think the thing that made Jumanji quite creepy and quite menacing was the fact that these things were coming out into the real world.
Mm-hmm.
We could only ever really imagine how bad that jungle must have been for Alan.
Yeah.
If this is what we're seeing now and everything's after him.
Mm-hmm.
To be in it, it just doesn't feel that same sense of scary.
What I think the franchise should have done is done what Predator's doing. Mm-hmm. Where Predators sort of appear in different time periods. Because at the start of this film, it starts in 1876 or whatever.
I would never have thought of that, but when you said it at the start of here, I thought, fucking genius. Why did they not do that?
Yeah. Just have people throughout time playing Jumanji and seeing how everyone copes in the jungle. You know, have them without...
have them around like Victorian...
Yeah, Victorian London.
Yeah.
Or wherever it is. Or, you know, just figure it out from there.
Causing shit like, oh my, I'd like to see that. I'd like to see a zebra just chilling down the middle of...
I think the only problem is with that is, though, you could only do so much before you're repeating yourself.
Yeah.
So, okay, you're doing the stampede again, you're doing whatever. I mean, yeah, you can do the plague or disintegration, whatever you said.
There's other things you can use. You have to use the same story, but I think there would have been a good prequel in there somewhere.
I agree. I think so. Do you think this franchise is finished a little bit now?
Did people go and see the second one?
I went to see the second one. I really like the second one.
I mean, are we getting any more?
I don't think so.
I feel like it's... I'm happy for it to be where it is.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't feel like The Rock should make any more.
No.
I feel like that cast should be done now.
Okay. Karen Gillan's good in those movies, though.
It doesn't matter. I feel like that I feel like they're done now for me.
Okay.
I'd like to see if you're gonna touch it again, I would put it in a different...
You'd go further back.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea.
Well,
somebody from Hollywood, get that idea.
Hollywood, if you're listening, I am available for hire. I will need to hand in my 2 weeks' notice, though, so just let me know. And I will write that movie for you. Man in Woods, 1876.
Don't give too much away, James.
Scene 1, exterior, 1876. New Hampshire.
Scene 1.
A dice is rolled.
Shh.
Okay, that's too much. I'm just kidding. I like this movie a lot. And every time I watch it, I enjoy it.
I enjoy it, I think.
39% though.
Yeah, it's a bit unfair, guys. Think about when it came out. Don't just compare it to the newer one. This stands completely on its own.
Are you the sort of person to watch movies from back in the day and go, oh, that doesn't hold up, and therefore I will mark it down?
No. But sometimes I do have nostalgia glasses on where I'll think, I can't forget the fact that I've found parts of this drag. This isn't a perfect movie for me,
okay.
But it never has been.
Okay.
And I can find new things to like.
Mm-hmm. That's good. Is it about the Space Jam?
Yes.
Okay. It is. Yeah, straight up, yeah. I have a good time with it. I never want to play it. That's insane.
I'm going to get it. Valentine's Day. Me and you, I've got a date with Jumanji.
I will hand it to the next person.
No, you won't.
And hopefully a person who is just like really old.
So if after Valentine's Day James has been vaporised, you know exactly what's happening.
If I get the plague and I'm vaporised and eaten by a snake, then I've rolled a 10 and bad times. What's the minimum amount of rolls you can do?
No idea. But it would suck for you.
Can you imagine just like getting just like two each time? It's like, I'm going to play this forever.
Well, no, because if you roll 2, then it's doubles, isn't it?
Yeah, so you'd have to go again. So maybe, 3 then.
Yeah.
Yeah. Unless you lose one. What if you lose one of the dice and you've got to go with...
Or does it work like Monopoly? If you do 3 lots of doubles, are you fucked and you have to go wait in the jungle until...
Into jungle jail.
Until you pay 50 quid to get out. Yeah.
I imagine at that point you have to do a round of temple run.
Yes.
That's fair, right?
Yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah,
That
good times.
to me.
Happy Jumanji year.
That was absolutely crap.
Jumanji New Year? No. Happy New Jumanji. There we go.
Hey!
Hey! I like Jumanji a lot. Good times. We're keeping it Robin Williams 90s movies.
We are.
Because it's Hook next.
I do like Hook. Rufio.
Rufio. Good times.
Song
from Hook. I can't remember for the life of me what episode that was where we talked about Hook. Because you were like, oh, I feel like we've talked about Hook before. And I said, yes.
We've talked about that fucking song as well.
Song from Hook.
No, with that one. And the stars are all my friends. Oh.
They polar expressed it. Hook was the template.
Oh.
Where are you, Christmas?
Why can't I find you?
Those 3 are like the holy trinity of just bad songs in movies. That no one needs, that everyone skips.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good times. Yep. So, Hook next. Keep it Robin Williams. Good times. Peter Pan in, I guess.
Yes.
And we'll see you then. Jumanji, better than Space Jam. Let us know. Well, we will be filming these soon.
I know, I'm super excited.
Yeah.
You all get to see me just yawning.
You yawn a lot in your dressing gown. And you bounce your knee a lot. You got restless legs.
Yeah, I've got restless leg syndrome. But also, James makes me do these really late at night.
It's 1 o'clock in the morning.
And I am tired, guys.
And I still have to edit, so...
Have to. You're going to be asleep about 3 o'clock anyway, Mr. Insomniac.
Mm-hmm. I'm a night owl.
Night owls with Jack Delroy.
With Jack Delroy.
This is what our lives are like, guys, by the way.
Yeah,
we're just constantly quoting movie shit at each other the entire time.
and we have a good time doing it.
We do. We're a bit like a radio, like DJs in that respect.
DJ! Yeah.
Where they just keep cutting random little clips in that no one cares about.
We're like Weenie and the Butt from Family Guy.
You're the
Weenie
butt.
and the... What? The what?
And the baby.
And the Dingo and the baby. Yeah, Happy New Year. We'll see you next time.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.